Hi, it's Gab, and I'm reviewing Before Midnight, the third in the Richard Linklater Jesse and Celine romantic drama trilogy. This one taking place 9 years after Jesse and Celine finally hooked up in Paris. What became of them after that before sunset encounter? Well, as I say, they hooked up, and we discover that it led to the end of Jesse's then marriage, and he and Celine are together. They're not married, but they've been together ever since, and they had twin girls, and we reacquaint ourselves with them. They're on holiday in Greece, an idyllic family holiday in Greece, beautiful setting. The girls are lovely young sprites, and they are seemingly connected and content with each other, although dealing with the pretty regular family day-to-day and relationship issues that come with long-term relationships, but dealing with them in a functional, loving, humorous way. That's the first maybe half to two-thirds of the film, but you can see some of the fissures and tensions and unresolved issues of this otherwise sort of ideal romantic couple, and you wonder what's happening, what's really going to become of them. It all comes to a head in a hotel room that night when it's supposed to be a tryst, and everything unravels into a very detailed, realistic, somewhat painful, although still humorous, touching, all of the above issues and feelings in a big fight where everything's sort of laid out on the table. And it was in this final chapter of this film that I really identified with and liked these characters. I've been married for a long time. I've been the same age and stage in my life as more or less as Jesse and Celine have been. Although in the first two films, I have to say, Before Sunrise and Before Sunset, I found them a bit too cloying, a bit too cutesy. I had some affection for this couple and the romanticism, but I also found all the philosophizing, walking and talking a bit obnoxious, a bit forced, and a bit much. It didn't really, I didn't feel overly connected, other than just some very nice performances and some interesting writing and some ad-lib topics and dialogue. But in this final act of this final third film, it is very raw, very real, very identifiable performances and writing and perhaps ad-libbing again. In the fighting, that's when I really identified with this couple, but they're real, and that makes the love finally feel and seem real, not idealized, but after 18 years from the train encounter and that night in the park, this is when it all comes to fruition, and is a satisfying conclusion, although this relationship never will conclude. That's been the point of the three films, and it will live on in our imaginations, assuming there are no more films. And that's life. That's long-term love relationships, and life is the imperfection and peaks and valleys, and really no final chapters. So I would have to really recommend and endorse the second half of this third film. I would give 4 Gabs out of 5. Leading up to it, it was a bit of the walkie-talkie, tongue, obnoxiousness, if I can use that word, that I do not appreciate too much in these films, so there's going to be some more of that, but stay with it till the end. If you're in that age and stage, I think that you'll definitely feel a kinship with Jesse and Celine in this final stage of the trilogy. So that's Before Midnight. I recommend it certainly if you follow the first two films and care about what happens to them at this point. Thanks for watching.